Welcome to another Maya tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing the Insert Edge Loop tool and Interactive Split tool. Both these tools are really useful, paramount for polygonal modeling. So I believe in it that it's needed for a good foundation. So I'm just going to make a cube. I'm just going to hold Shift, scale it out like this. And I'm going to go to vertex mode. Well, okay, first off, here's a cube. We know that we can add in divisions this way with these inputs. Say add in 2. And it divides it equally and such and whatnot. And if we come in here but we change some of these faces, I move these up, and I select this row, and I want to scale that out. I say like, oh, well, that's really cool, but I want more divisions in it. Like, okay, I'm going to go to my object mode, go to my inputs, and I'll change the height. Whoa, that's not what we're expecting. Okay, so Maya works off of it does these divisions based on vertice position. So if all the vertices are in the same position when they started, it can calculate correctly. If you move any of the vertices, edges, or faces, it then cannot. Same with if you add extrusions or whatever to it. So say we needed some divisions here. In these rows, we wanted 2 more rows of lines. We can use the Insert Edge Loop tool, which is Edit Mesh, Insert Edge Loop tool. And I always have my tool palette open so I can see what I'm doing. I've never had to change these settings, but it's always good to have them up for reference. So with this tool selected, if you see my cursor changed, it's kind of looks more like an asteroid ship. If I click on an edge, it'll then draw this nice green dotted line for me, and this is where it's going to put the edges. So I can click and drag it anywhere along the edge that I've selected. And I let go, and it makes a nice edge for me. That's the Insert Edge Loop tool. Now the problem with this tool is that if, say I'm adding in some more divisions here, and then I'm like, well, go to my edge mode, and I say, well, I don't want this division here anymore. And be like, oh, okay, I want to add another loop across there. If I have the edge loop tool on my tool shelf, which I would recommend. So if I split it again, I'll be like, oh. And it actually works. However, if you pull these around and you delete an edge over here, and then you want to add an edge loop going this way, it won't. It'll stop because these are now non-quads, and it doesn't like those very much. So that's a disadvantage to the Insert Edge Loop tool. It has to be quads, and that's one of the main reasons why you want to keep your projects quads. Makes it a whole lot easier to do an Insert Edge Loop tool instead of splitting the faces in other ways. So, well, you're like, well, crap. I accidentally deleted the edge a long time ago. I closed my file or whatever, so I can't get it back. How do I get an edge back there? Well, there's a tool for that. It's called the Interactive Split tool. If you select that, it has this little orange box that it draws on the edges. And as you can see, it's snapping to the middle. that's because my snap magnets are at 1. So if I change this to 3, it's going to snap in the middle and then split that in half as well. So you can change that, and then the magnet tolerance is how far you are away from the snap point before it snaps. And also snaps to corners. So say I need to get this edge back, I can click here, and then I can either enter, and it draws my edge in, or split tool, click here, right click. It doesn't get me out of the tool, so say I want to add an edge up here, click here, right click. Wow. Here's another fundamental flaw of this tool. If the face is too distorted, it won't split it. Click here and click here again. Right click, and it doesn't do anything. So if this is kind of a pain in the butt with this tool, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of it. So what I do is I'm going to pull this face down so it's more level. And let's see if it works. Kind of. So you see, that's the problem with this tool, is it's not consistent. So usually what I have to do is, see, now it's really not being very nice. It's going to let me split it crossways, and nope. This way. Splits the other direction, and then kind of split it this way. Yes, and then this way. Okay, so as you can see, I had to work with the tool until it gave me some edges that I could work with. So now I can go and edgewise, I can select these edges, I can delete them, then go and select these vertices, delete those. And there I have now an edge that goes from there to there. So that is one thing you have to watch out for that tool. It would be a lot more useful if it was more consistent with how it drew edges, but it's not. And so that's one of the ways I found out how to work around is try splitting it until you can get some edges in there and then you can start drawing edges out to actually where you want it, and then delete the edges that you don't need. If we try it again down here, it'll probably do the same thing. Nope, that time it actually worked. Another thing with this tool is if you click here, and then you click over here, see how it has the dotted orange part? It'll then go and try to calculate the straightest way that was. And since my camera was here, that looks like a straight line. But if you go down here, it goes up and over and around, and it's like, well, that's not very cool. Let's hit W to get out of that. So you have to be careful with that. Say you think you're clicking on this edge, but you're really clicking on this edge back here. So you're down here, and you're like, oh, I'm going to click on this edge, and you're really clicking on the edge back there, which has happened to me before. And sometimes it won't let you make the edge, which is a good thing. But if you see, it then calculates it on a straight line, but it's actually not straight. It's all over the place. And I'm actually surprised it made all those edges. So that tool is a little squirrely to work with, but it is the easiest way to get it back into workable quads. So then you can use the really nice insert edge loop tool, and then you don't have to deal with the interactive split tool. So it's a good motivation to keep your stuff quads. But I hope this was informative, and thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.